Welcome to another edition of Comet Algebra. This is section 1.8, Absolute Value Equations. I just love spending some of my summer with you, so I hope you are enjoying these videos also. Again, we did this in Algebra 1, so this should be a review. I did write out the steps at the top of your page to remind you how to solve absolute value equations. First of all, you do have to isolate the absolute value. Meaning, like in our example here, we have to get rid of this 2. Anything outside the absolute value symbols we have to get rid of, and get rid of this -8. So we have to clean up around the absolute value that's on the one side of the equation. And after we do that, then we have to remember, and this is the key step here, to finding both answers. If you remember, absolute value equations do have both answers because both a positive and a negative inside an absolute value do give you a positive result. So after we write two equations, one with the looking for the positive, one looking for the negative, we will solve both of them. And step 4, we do need to check our answers because it is possible, if we're not careful with negative signs, sometimes you can get a garbage answer and you need to check for that. All right, so let's look at example 1 together. As I said, we do need to clean up around the absolute value first. So let's start by adding an 8 to both sides. So I still have this 2 in front. 2 times the absolute value of 3x minus 12. And again, adding an 8 to both sides would give me a 32. The only thing left here outside the absolute value is the 2, so we're going to divide both sides by 2. And we get 16. Now just to review why we're doing both the positive and negative, just to review this for you, you know that the absolute value of 16 is 16, and the absolute value of -16 is also 16. So there's 2 ways to get this answer. If what's inside this absolute value here, if this 3x minus 12 is equal to 16, we're good, because the absolute value of 16 is 16. And the other possibility we have to look for is that this 3x minus 12 could equal a -16, because right here the absolute value of a -16 is also 16. So I hope that clarifies why we set this equal to positive 16 and this equal to -16. And now we go ahead and solve both equations. Adding a 12 to both sides gives me 28, and dividing by 3, 28/3. And please don't think that if you get one answer, the other answer is just the plus minus of that. It almost never works out that way, so don't expect that. Here, again, adding a 12 to both sides, but this time -16 plus 12 is -4. So we get a very different looking fraction, -4/3. So this is what we believe the 2 answers to be, but we do need to do some checking. So I'm going to do some of this mentally. Let's grab this 28/3 and put it in here for x. 3 times 28/3 is 28. So inside here I have 2 times the absolute value of 28 minus 12 minus 8, and does that equal 24? And likewise with the -4/3, I'm going to go ahead and multiply it by 3, so I can check 2 is -4 minus 12 minus 8. Does that equal 24? And so doing the math here for both of these, I get 16 inside this absolute value. So I have 2 times 16 minus 8, and 32 minus 8 is indeed 24, so this one checks out. And like I said, if you want to do this mentally, I'm okay with that. Over here, let's finish checking this. So I have 2 times inside this absolute value, I get -16, but the absolute value of that is 16. So I still get 2 times 16 minus 8. And yes, that is indeed 24. So both of my answers check out. So please remember on section 1.8 of your summer packet, you are looking for two answers when you have an absolute value equation. And please do check them and make sure you don't get any garbage answers. All right, have fun with section 1.8.